What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome, exiles, to the research institution. Wow. What a spiritual journey it's been. It's been like I'm a child again. It's as though I've been born again. What an adventure, what wonder lies ahead, what godly gear, what enemies to be destroyed, their wives stolen from them, taken as servant, not to spread the seed, not to taint the line, but for mere enjoyment and an escalation of power within. All part of the sensation that I've received from this experience of playing Path of Exile 2 now. I haven't made it to the end game, right? I don't really feel like it. Just been busting through Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. Act 1, Cruel Mode. Act 2, Cruel Mode. Been running the bosses over and over again, just like the days of Diablo. Reminds me of D2 when you go kill the council over and over again. Never really know what you're going to get. And yeah, they're a set level, the enemies throughout this game. So I've been fighting that witch outside of Act 1 town, Clearfell, just over and over again in Cruel Mode. And those two guys in the cemetery, the ones who are beneath it, those two bosses. And even the Act 1 boss a couple times. But wow, what a journey it's been. But what's going on here? Is this the end of Path of Exile 2? It's just peculiar how it seems there's been a falling away. And I almost didn't expect it. People are playing games like Last Epic. They're playing games like Diablo 4? Are you kidding me? That's not a game. I already talked about in my previous video, so that's not a game. It's just a clicking simulator. There's no thought required in Diablo 4. If you can't click past an area, you just open up the settings and turn down the difficulty, and then you blast through it. All right, there's no thought required. Games require thought, you know? Games, to a certain level, require strategy and intellect, you know? So Diablo 4 isn't a game, by definition. You just click. Oh, it's not working. They're not going past this wall of enemies. Let's turn down the difficulty. Boom! We blew past it. You know what I'm saying? And it's all the same shit, always, all the time. There's no variety. All the enemies level with you. It's all the same shit all the time coming at you. The landscape maybe looks a little different, but it's just all the same shit. Some of you guys are playing Oblivion, that abomination of a remake. That's right, you heard it here first. What the fuck is going on here? You know, I could have seen this coming. I should have made a video on it. A prophecy. These fucking spineless pussies. I knew they were going to do this, just like what they did with Starfield or Wokefield or whatever the fuck it's called. That Wokefield game? They got all them ugly bitches. Those barren landscapes, those bland colors. What a piece of shit of a game. And it's sad that this company made that game because I actually liked Morrowind a little bit. I didn't play it that much. I don't really like the combat in it, but I mean, I wasn't ready to immerse myself in that world in the time. In those days, I was chasing after broads, you know? So playing some fucking video game where you get lost in like that, it just wasn't for me. I was playing Diablo 2 because I like just jumping on and jumping off. You know, jumping on, do runs for like 30 minutes and jump off and go chase the women, you know? No, I didn't chase the women. Obviously, that's not how you get them. It's not a part of the game. The game, the key, the trick is to get them to come to you. You know? You have to use your psychological prowess and things of that sort. I mean, it didn't help. Well, it did help that I was 6'4". Busting my ass in the gym in those days. But you guys see what I'm saying? Wait, where's it going with that again? Oblivion. What the fuck? Yeah, I knew these cowards were going to do that. So it used to be a game that was nice and green, right? These beautiful hues and saturations of color. Just these it had a vibrancy about it. The blues, the greens. It was very distinctive, you know? It felt kind of fantasy-esque. Only the opposite of what we got in Elden Ring. In Elden Ring, it looks like shit everywhere. You get these organs and tentacles everywhere. Tentacles just dangling all over the place, just spilling slime everywhere. And these old, barren, disgusting landscapes, you know? I just couldn't get into it. It was depressing. This shit is depressing. All right, there's studies on this where you show folks just a bunch of bland-ass colors and it just turns them into a piece of shit, right? So it's no wonder these assholes are doing this. But, yeah, if they were doing it for the money, they would have given us a fucking game we wanted, you know? What sells? Well, everybody knows what sells. It's a 3-letter word. You know what I'm saying? And a nuance that goes with that is simply visually appealing things or visually appealing characters more close to that core. And what they did is they emasculated everything. The broads look like dudes. And you can't even say the fucking word male and female in this game now? Are you kidding me? They took that away? Oh yeah, this is a remake / remaster. Let's utilize the original source. And let's make sure we ban some offensive words, you fucking cowards. So there's been polls done on this shit. I don't need to tell you guys this, most of you guys know it. Just across all boards of people, right? All spectrums, all that bullshit. They all fucking agree on it. Like 90% of them. Should we ban male and female in video games? Like 90+% always vote no. You fucking retards, you know? Huh, so are they catering to their audience when they ban those fucking words? You pussies. You see what I'm saying? The character creation screen, they ban that shit, and they all look ugly as fuck. It's no wonder they did that, just like what Diablo 4 did. You look at the Necromancer, no more tits, you know, nothing. Flat as a freaking board. And what I'm saying is, when we're playing the video games, it's just nice to have things that are visually appealing. Whether it be a big-ass hulking dude, like how D2 was. You get the big-ass thick barbarian. You got even the Necromancer was visually appealing. He was some old-ass guy, decrepit, but yet fit. You remember, he had a very brisk run. Look up a video of him running. He's like all upright like this. You know, he looks like a healthy old, well, he doesn't look healthy, but he looks like an agile old man for his age. Like he's been up and at it for a while. He's avoided injuries. He had this sort of enigma about him. All right, so he was visually appealing. And obviously the sorcerer is visually appealing. And so is Amazon. And so was the assassin in those days. And look at them now. Look what they did in D2R. Those fucking demons. No pun intended. But they will have their place in hell. Until they repent of their sins. These are sins they're committing, all right? These are sins that this Bethesda is committing. Oh yeah, let's not let them say these naughty words that 90+% of them say, no, don't ban it, you fucking idiot. You know, what's crazy is, who really gives a shit? You think that Iceman would care that much if they have male, they have female, and then they have type neutral or some shit. That wouldn't fucking bother me. You don't know why? I'll tell you why in just a minute here. They could have some gender bullshit, some I don't know thing or something like that, you know, if they just had something else as like a third option, or even give a fourth or fifth, I don't give a fuck. But you're going to tell me that instead of doing that, you're just going to take away, you're not going to let these words be in the game because they're offensive? Like, this shit has been distinct since the beginning of fucking time, you know? It's always taken those two to breed to produce more. Whether it be a fucking bird or some shit. Even there's some frogs that can kind of weed between the lines. But you see what I'm saying? In general, that's just how it's been, man. Especially for humans since the beginning of fucking time. You know, we like those things. You know, we like that there's fucking male and female. We don't want to be just be a bunch of droids, you know? And you fucking pussies are going to take that out of the game. You know what I say to that? And yeah, I'm not surprised. And unfortunately, I'm not looking forward to Elder Scrolls 6 anymore. I mean, they're always going in this, they're always leaning in this direction, I'm sure. You look at Skyrim, a lot of those brawls are masculine, just a bunch of woke shit. But in those days, you know, I could see past it. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's kind of cool atmosphere, this and that. Yeah, the game's easy as fuck. I mean, Skyrim isn't that great. But if they would have done the Oblivion right, that would have been nice. You know, I wouldn't mind playing through Oblivion. I never really played through it. But now, you know, I have a little bit of time now. Iceman, what about chasing the bros? Well, I have some wives now. Okay? One of them's upstairs right now making breakfast. And so I'm not chasing her. I'm trying not to. Because I have enough. And so I'm enjoying my life. I don't have any children to take care of. I've intentionally done that. I've always been a cheap ass. There's a lot of responsibility with that. Why the fuck would you curse somebody into this existence? No, I mean, I'm glad people are having children, you know? But it's just not something that I've done. And yeah, I'll probably regret it. Oh well. Hasn't happened yet. But yeah, I'll probably regret it. All right? When I'm an old-ass fucking man, I'll be like, holy shit, I don't have anybody to take care of me. But, I mean, this is all just beside the point, you know? The point is, I'm ready for a good fucking game. And these fucking assholes have done that. And you guys are kissing the ass of this Oblivion. You guys keep kissing the ass of these companies are going to keep doing this disgusting shit. You know? Like then the modders tried to, let's just say they're male and female, and then they fucking banned the mods. Are you kidding me? These fucks are a bunch of conglomerates. You know, they utilize all this fake fucking money. They destroyed the US dollar is fake. It's a world reserve currency. Go out to the Federal Reserve Bank. These private banks are printing shit out of this thing. So they use fake money to subsidize these causes, which is why it's not really about the money. The money's fake. It's about those fuckers who print the money. You see what I'm saying? These entities behind the money. It's not money, it's fiat currency. It's the entities behind the fiat currency. They took us off the gold standard in 1971. That's why you see all this haywire shit. You're like, well, wait, how does that make any sense? I thought that capitalism or whatever, I thought that, you know, they try to give the customer what they want. And why the fuck are they doing it? They're making everything ugly as fuck. You know, and bland as shit. And they're like, take that, we can do this. We don't care if we lose some customer base. We're going to just keep doing it anyway. You know what? Don't support it anyway. You know, if nobody's looking at it, they can keep making this fucking bullshit. But I think that's one way to starve it all out. You know, just don't buy this bullshit. So I'm not giving them a dime. I mean, I already blew my money on Diablo 4. It was a big mistake. Fucking dumbass. And then I bought the expansion primarily because my YouTube channel used to like make Diablo 4 videos. I was optimistic. It was stupid, but I was unrealistically optimistic that, okay, maybe they will make a good game. But no, this Path of Exile comes out. I mean, this shit's, for one, it was free to play, right? When it actually fully releases. I mean, right now it's not. I think it's still $30. But these guys, it seems like they're doing a damn good job. I don't know, what are people complaining about? Are they complaining about how it's hard to find rare shit or something? I mean, I come from Diablo 2, all right? Like, I haven't played that game for 25 years, all right? I still haven't found a Tyrael's Might. I still haven't found a Wisp Projector. I still haven't found probably a couple of the runes. I found most of the runes, come to think of it, but there's still some I haven't found. I don't think I found a Templar's Might. Maybe I have in a modded version of D2 where it has a higher magic find drop rate, but, you know, there's a handful of items I still haven't found, all right? And that's part of the allure. Once you find all the shit, the hunt is over. You know, the treasure hunt, in a real treasure hunt, there always needs to be shit to be found. And then you tell me, Iceman, well, that sucks. If you play some game and you can't find all the shit, then you're like, what are you talking about? It's like, there's a lot of shit to find, though. You're like, well, yeah, but you can't find it all, so you might as well quit. Is that how treasure hunting works? You're to tell some fucking pirate, you'd be like, hey, look, you'll never find all the treasure, man. You'd be like, really? There's not that much out there? You're like, yeah, it's all over the fucking place. Some of it's really deep. Some of the shit, you just don't even have the time to find it. You'll never find it all. That would stimulate them all the more. I'd be like, holy shit, there must be a lot to find. Okay, let's go. Let's go get rich, you know? Let's go stimulate ourselves. Let's go get some dopamine hikes here. Because that's what it's like when you finally find a rare-ass item. Get all that fucking shit handed to you, we got Diablo 3 all over again. The game's over when you find all the treasure. You know, it's just done. I mean, I like the idea of them having more and more gear added to it, higher and higher tiers of rarity. Because, I mean, I don't got to go on about this. I've gone on about this in other videos, but ideally, I think, and this meets that standard as close as possible, I think, the way POE2 is doing it. You got all these folks, the game's always monetizable, right? People can buy the tabs and all this shit. So with that being said, they have incentive to keep working on it, right? It's not just a one-time buy and done thing. I mean, the game's free when it comes out, so their monetization is through all the little micro shit, right? That's not game breaking, to my understanding. That's where you got to draw the line if it doesn't like directly buy you power. But they got to monetize it somewhere, and that's what they do, right? The game's fucking free, so they monetize it and incentivize them to keep working on it. So I think this is a good recipe for what I think is the ideal standard for a game like this, where the ideal standard is keep adding gear to it, higher and higher tiers of rarity, lower tiers of rarity, all that shit, everything in between. New gear, new gear, new gear, new gear. And that'll create the greatest amount of build diversity throughout the servers even, and amongst your peers and buddies and enemies and all that shit. Because you might find something way up here in the tier of rarities, but then somebody else will just happen to find one way up here, but then a bunch down here. So you'll all have potentially different build setups, you know? And you can say, well, Iceman, that's not true. And I can say, what are you talking about? If they keep adding this shit, the more true that's going to be. All right, higher and higher tiers of rarity. But is that what's going on here? Are people wanting to play that last epoch because you can get all the shit? I mean, in a treasure hunting game, once you find all the treasure, the game's done. You know? So you have to keep adding that shit in higher and higher tiers of rarity. And then you go to town, you see some guys, and you'll be like, whoa, they got shit I've never even seen before. But I got shit they've never found either, you know? And I think that would be pretty cool. As long as you could get over to some level the envy of your neighbor. This would be, I think, the gold standard for video games in this genre, all right? In the treasure hunting ARPG genre. We're not talking about like a first-person shooter here. It's all just skill and dexterity and just blasting away. We're talking about, a treasure hunting simulator that has some skill intertwined within, and just building character with gear and build diversity and things like that. But maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Maybe they don't have that great of items in POE2. I mean, they say, oh, the crafting, I can never make the thing that I want. But I mean, it makes it all the more interesting when you finally get a good stat or two, you know? But there's always gear progression ahead of you. There's always things that you can still find. There's always improvements you can make to your gear. I'm just having such a damn good time with this game. And this is coming from a guy who doesn't play a lot, you know? Because the the ceiling's so high that I know I could keep playing. I'm not toward the end game. I could just keep going, you know? So you can be, because a lot of the argument, I think, well, you got to invest all your whole fucking life to POE2 if you want to get good or whatever. But if you could just enjoy it and get past the those other things, I think this game, it has it for the diehards, and it has it for the casuals. Because I'm kind of a casual in it. And it's just all the more interesting just knowing how much more there is to the game. Like, we didn't have that in Diablo 2. In Diablo 2, you'd hit the ceiling and there wasn't any end game, right? The end game was just keep grinding and maybe you'll find a rare-ass item. But this has the end game, which actually adds another factor that could be detrimental if you don't perceive it in the correct way, in my opinion. Where you got to look at it from a different lens, man. Like, I can just enjoy running these fucking bosses and having a good time. And I can, if I wanted to, try to pursue the end game more thoroughly. But, I mean, what's going on here? Maybe I'm missing something with the last epoch. I just don't feel like buying another fucking game and reading all sorts of new shit. Like I said, I've read like 3 books in my life. All right. And this is one of them, actually. It's right here. I read Jurassic Park when I was a kid. I mean, last time I read a book, I was about 10 years old, I think. You think I want to read all this fucking bullshit in a video game? There's all this text. You got to learn the new mechanics, got to learn the new system, got to read all the bullshit. Does anybody really have time for that? I don't feel like reading all that bullshit. It's like going to school again. It's like, Iceman, why don't you go back to the 5th grade? Just do it again. But I already did fucking 5th grade, you know? I don't want to go do that again. I already learned the game. But I mean, yeah, maybe it's worth it, but I need to know if it's worth it or not. If you can really, you can convince me it's a great fucking game, maybe I'll give it a shot. So there's the last epoch, and there's, we already know Diablo 4 isn't a game, so that doesn't even count. I mean, where else is the competition with POE2? Can anyone tell me? There's POE1. The one criticism maybe I'll have POE2 is they might have gone too far in the roll thing, right? Like, you got to keep rolling. You got to keep, it's going to break your fucking thumbs. You know, you got to keep rolling. Because they've made it too central to the gameplay. Maybe they should ease up a little bit on the offensive nature of the enemies in terms of how much damage they can do, the one-hit shots and all that, and have roll be a little bit more of an afterthought. But I don't know. Maybe that's not what it needs. Maybe it's perfect where it's at. But I'm curious what you guys have to say about that. What do you think about the roll? Because it can be a bit annoying when you have to center it around that. But on the other hand, it might be a good thing right where it's at. Because there's actually some timing and dexterity and strategy involved now in a game like this that generally is just a number crunch, like what we get in POE1. Right, POE1 is kind of a number crunching game. You copy paste a build, you blast away, you slam on your keyboard. And to my understanding, you can't do end-game shit. But this game, it actually requires some skill and timing. Because it's not just a number crunch, it's also has that mechanic intertwined that doesn't exist in POE1. But I mean, I'm really liking it. I'm having a good time. I'm curious what you guys are at with this. Are you guys with me? We gotta stop giving these fucking companies their money, you know? If nobody watches, they keep posting all this shit and just nobody watches. Just imagine that world. Wouldn't that be nice? I mean, maybe some other ones will come up. We'll be like, okay, we're going to give the fans what they want. You know? We're going to stop telling them to deny their fucking nature. We're going to stop telling them that. We're going to stop trying to force them into this little cult. You know what I mean? But, yeah. What do you guys have to say about that? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace be with you.